Floor Leader Councilor Oscar A. Buling, Councilor Caroline D. Sison, Councilor Michelle Esticondera, Councilor Joselito Ocontenera, Councilor Berna S. Dirabago, Councilor Probet Illinois, Councilor Dalia M. De Leon, Councilor Alfred Felix E. De Castro, issue members, Liga ng mga Barangay President Raul D. Bacay, ang Panlungsod na Federasyon ng Sangguniang Kabataan President Flower D. Bernabe. 30 members of the August Valley responded to
13 members responded to the call and now certify the presence of quorum. We may now transact the business. Approval of the agenda. Secretary, can you read the two assigned businesses?
We have two unassigned businesses. The first item is a request for a resolution reprogramming the unobligated balances of the Bayanihan Grant for cities and municipalities, amounting to 1,221,741 pesos and 55 centavos to finance the procurement of additional personal protection. And the next item is a request for a resolution authorizing City Mayor Art Brian Ciciles to enter into a collective negotiation agreement with the 100 Islands Associations of City Employees, or the HIAs. This is the sole and exclusive organization of the rank and file employees in the city government of Alaminos, Pangasinan.
There is a motion by Councilor De Castro from the chairman, seconded by Councilor Silvio and Councilor Silvio for the approval of the said agenda. Any other amendments, inclusions? Hearing none, the said another unassigned business. Yung napag-usapan natin kanina na ang ating proposal regarding rehabilitation of some roads. Number 3. So, that one. Any other amendments, inclusions? Hearing none, the said agenda is approved. Adoption of the journal minutes. Anyone? Councilor Bernabe.
I move for the adoption of the journal and minutes of the SP regular session held on August 18, 2020.
It's been moved by Councilor Bernabe, by Councilor De Leon, Sison, Ladok, Secundera, and Rabago for the adoption of the journal minutes of 2020. Any amendments? Any objections? Hearing none, the said journal minutes are hereby adopted. Privilege hour. Any privilege speeches? Councilor Apollonia Bakay, Chairman of Education and Health.
We have here our school division office, Councilor Grasa, the senior education program specialist, and Sir Maria Aritayo to give to for the 70,000 worth of financial assistance from our office.
Okay. So, Councilor Apollonia moves to suspend the rules, seconded by Councilor Ladok and Councilor Sison. Hello po, sir. Welcome po. Pasok po. You have the floor po.
Maraming salamat po ulit at sana po ito magandang hapon na ito kasi kagwapo po ninyo. Kaya pa rin palagi tayo. Okay. Kami po ay puso nagpapasalamat sa binigay niyong tulong sa amin. Dahil po dito, nagkaroon po kami ng printing machines. Printing hub na po pala. Dahil halos kompleto na po yung pag-print namin doon. So, napakalaking tulong po nang nasimulan po natin. Ngayon po ay nangungunaya ang Alaminos sa pag-print ng mga modules natin. Okay, ganun po sa inyo. Return po. Kami po sa Schools Division of Schools Division Superintendent Lorne at Ibu Gayong. Kasama po ngayon ang ating Senior Education Program Specialist. Ay magbibigyan po kami ng konting paalala na kayo po ay talaga nakuha namin sa inyong mga kapitan. Okay po. So, bibigyan na po namin ng inyong certificate of appreciation po. So,
His readiness to serve as a dependable partner in promoting the welfare and shaping the future of our learners and teachers is deeply appreciated. Given this 20th day of August 2020, dito na po natin ibibigay kasi po, hindi naman po pwedeng magkaroon tayo ng mga pagtipon-tipon sa protocol po ng social distancing. So, binibigyan na po namin, Ma'am Saul, sa inyo muna. Papadal muna natin sa inyo. Okay? Then, the same content po, given to Honorable Apolonia Apple G. Bakay po. Yan. Tapos, the same content po will be given Honorable Caroline Dizon, Honorable Oscar E. Boling Sr., Honorable Attorney Cirilo Van Biradok, Honorable Joselito O. Pontelera, Honorable Attorney Michelle S. Sigondet, Honorable Attorney Alfred Felix E. De Castro, Honorable Delia M. De Leon, Honorable Berna Sangigo Rabago, Honorable Probel A. Ranoy, Honorable Raul B. Bakay, and Honorable Laberly D. Bernabe. Okay po, thank you po sa inyong pong pagtulong sa amin. Sana po patuloy yung pagsuporta. Thank you po. Ma'am Sol.
Maraming salamat po sa lahat sa tulong po ninyo. Mula po yung bibigay ninyo na pera po, ang nabili po mga table, mga lalagyan po ng mga motions, 2 printer, mga ink, at saka marami pa po. Nakita niyo ma'am naman.
So, ma'am, in behalf of the Sangguniang Panlungsod, maraming salamat sa inyong binigay na token at happy po kami na may natulong po sa Sangguniang at rest assured na dito na po kami nakalala. Salamat po.
Salamat din po.
Picture ba tayo?
Opo.
So, under suspension of the rules, we would like under the suspension of the rules. So any other privilege, we will now listen to suspension of the rules. Any other privilege speakers, any other consent? So I have one pala, I forgot to mention a while ago. May mga pupunta sa akin mga parang jeepney operators na nagre-request na sana magpatulong sila sa LTFRB na mabigyan sila ng permit to operate. Kasi sa ngayon daw, parang as of last week, 4 lang na nag-operate ng jeep pabuntang Pabini. Eh dahil doon, nakakompromise yung social distancing na nasisiksikan pag Sir Max siguro na next session para background.
we proceed to reference of business. Under proposed resolutions, we have the request for resolution requesting the Sangguniang Panlungsod through the Office of Vice Governor Mark Ronald D. Chilangino to furnish the Sangguniang Panlungsod of the City of Alaminos resolutions, ordinances, and other issuances that affect the City of Alaminos through. And the last item is the request for a resolution authorizing City Mayor at Brian C. Celeste to enter into a memorandum of agreement by and between the city government of the City of Alaminos, Pangasinan and the Department of Public Works and Highways for the construction of isolation facilities and/or shelters for frontliners and other healthcare workers under the We Heal as One Act off-site dormitory for medical personnel.
Chair, I hope that we suspend our internal rules and also that we take other three from three internally measures. We have resource people.
Moved by Councilor Rato, seconded by Councilor Bakay, Councilor Sangguniang for the suspension of the rules. Madam Secretary, kindly acknowledge the list.
Our guest for this item is our CDRRMO, Madam Maylin O. Manasta.
Magandang hapon po, ma'am. Magandang hapon, ma'am. Kindly give us a background. Ano po yung magiging project na ito ng partnership?
Brief backgrounder po ng project. Actually, yung a month ago po, nag-visit po dito ang Region 1 Incident Management Team. Nag-visit po ang Region 1 Incident Management Team with the team from DPWH and DOH po regarding po sa partnership po or a partnership na in-offer po nila for the establishment po ng, actually yung na-submit po sa inyong MOA is draft MOA lang po ito na standard MOA ng DPWH. Pero yung talagang proposal po nila is creation po ng COVID facility po, not just for frontliners but for all those PUIs po. Ma-overwhelm po ang buong distrito na pwede po tayong mag-accommodate in case lang po. Pero priority po ang Alaminas. And na-identify po namin ay ang yung ongoing po na Bulanay Training Center at saka yung city-owned yung dati na ang tawag nila doon, yung admin building po, yung nasa tabi ng birthing facility. Pero nung in-inspect po yun ng DPWH engineer, medyo hindi daw po siya safe na gamitin. Kaya ang isang pinapose po natin yung evacuation center sa Tangkarang na owned by the city. For your information po, sa buong province of Pangasinan, tayo lang po yung LGU na in-offer po nila ng partnership dahil alam po nila na tayo po ay when it comes to disaster management and COVID management po, tayo po yung mabilis umaksyon at magbigay po ng tugon sa kanilang mga panawagan po. Sa province po, ang probinsya o ang Office of the Governor po at saka ang LGU Alaminos lang po yung in-offer po nila. Ang nauna na pong na-construct yung sa province, ang in-identify po nila supposed to be drug rehabilitation facility. Tapos po nila last week. Then yung Dasol Opag. Tapos yung Santa Barbara po sa may agriculture Opag din po. So tayo po yung pang-apat na tayo lang po yung LGU na in-offer po nila ng partnership. So kung makikita nyo po sa MOA, ang nakalagay po dyan ay sila po yung pondo po ay manggagaling po sa national government. Including yung rehabilitation. Ito po yung rehabilitation po ng building, pati po yung mga furnitures, fixtures like yung bed, hospital beds and air conditions. Then yung nakita po namin sa may Bulanay training hall, kung nagagawin po kayo doon yung right side po na area, wala pong CR yun. So sabi nila dadagdagan nila ng CR yun, male and female. Tapos, according to the standard of DPWH and DOH, then after po ng COVID operations, ipapalik po nila lahat sa atin. Iiwanan na po lahat ng fixtures, kasama na po yung na-rehab na building. Sa atin na po yun, nasa
Meron po yung KSU, meron po yung Tangkarang. Tapos, ito po yung, anong building po ito? DPWH building.
yun din pong ginagamit natin POM facility ngayon.
I-improve
Guys,
nila.
i-improve po nila according sa updated standard po ng DOH at saka ng DPWH.
Pero ano yung dati parang po admin building yan?
Opo, yung nasa harap po, yung malaking building doon. Kaso nung tinignan po ng second team, nakita po ng mga project engineer na may mga medyo hindi siya safe as of the moment.
Kasi kailangan din natin yung so, wala namang magaling sa ating phone doon na problem. Okay, Councilor Season, one question.
Minimum of 15 cubicles po. So yung sa Bulanay po, mga 40 po kasi 2020. Tapos yung sa Tangkarang po, kakayanin po ng 15 kung pwede pa pong dagdagan.
Okay na po yung magiging project officer.
Baka sa engineering office po.
Any other? Wala na, thank you very much. Babay ng last class. Before you go pala, last session, i-mention ko na rin po. Kasi nag-a-approve po tayo ng mga infrastructure projects endorsed by the city mayor, yung mga Department of Development Fund. So, nakausap namin si engineer last week, tapos sabi, nagtanong kami kung meron pa tayo mga COVID-related projects na infra para kumbaga masimulan na or ma-propose na. So, kung meron po kayong maisip na parang ganito, na 2020 kung may pera pa. Sa DF kasi meron pa. So, kung meron po kayong ma-priority na kailangan sa DRR na infra, para ma-consolidate na natin, para maayos na po natin, para mag-aarap yung pera. For 2021 na rin. Yun na po. Thank you very much.
Mr. Chair,
Councilor
kasi
Salido.
kasi di ba yung side business ko sa United naman nakapili na rin
Yes. So our city budget officer is also here. We recognize Madam Rowena Rose. Ikaw ba yun sa real line? So i-send ko si Baki, join na natin. So, dito lang na naman. Ikaw naman? I-fast break na. Fast break. Baka may questions sa nila. We proceed to unassigned business number 1, the reprogramming of the binding of the for 6 months. Madam May.
Good afternoon po sa ating lahat. Dito po kasi sa food assistance and other relief goods for affected families, meron po tayong unobligated balance sa 1.1, almost 1.2 M. Ito po kasi yung PR for the agricultural products. Nagpa-follow up po kami kasi nagsasabit po tayo monthly ng report sa Senate at saka sa Congress. Ang tagal na kong hindi gumagalaw kasi ito 100,000 pala yung sisingin. So, upon verification, hindi pala na-supply ng ating mga farmers. So, may balance pa po na almost 1.2. Kasi 1.7 something po kasi yung PR ng agricultural products from fruits, yung mga watermelon hanggang sa vegetables po. So, yun po yung nakita namin. Kaya sa isoli po to hanggang September 17 na lang po kasi ibabalik na po natin sa National Treasury. So, binigay po namin, sinabi po namin kay Mayor, ang sabi, pambili na lang ng PPE. So, lahat po ng balances, napunta na po sa procurement of personal protective equipment.
Ma'am, sino ba yung walang response yung Senate o yung PR lang dito? PR dito?
Yung PR kasi sir, akala namin, sa finance, akala po namin,
Okay na.
nakuha na, i-deliver lahat.
Ah,
Hindi po na-deliver ng farmers.
any
Mga
questions?
pakwan, mga mangga.
Opo,
Sir,
sir.
kasama yung bigas dito, no? Sa 40 million.
Hindi, yes sir.
Sa 40 million.
Parang association po kasi yung binayaran, baka doon na po sila nakasingil.
Any other questions from the body? Any questions regarding the funding? So, we have to finish this by September 17.
15 po actually.
Okay. Ma'am, okay na po. Budgetary wise, no problem po. Ang tanong ko lang po yung kay Ma'am Perez, yung itong PPE libre natin, ano pong items po yung bibili natin?
Ang nakausap namin is si Doktora.
CSO na,
Opo.
yun na po way to address it. But siguro, ako personally, I would like to suggest na yung pumili po tayo, pabigyan po tayo sa barangay. Para,
Barangay naman po talaga.
yeah. And at the same time, dun sa finance side niya, ma'am, can we also get a copy ng mga pinapasa niyo sa Senate? Hindi nila nagiging sa ano. Ayun din, ayun din. Sige.
Ay, napag-usapan natin kami na hindi tayo mag-uwi sa kanila. Kasi since ng COVID, namimili tayo ng PPE. Kapili tayo bigyan na report kung ilan na yung nabili natin PPE, by item.
Inventory po.
Oo, parang
Sige po.
ilan nabili natin.
Yes sir. Sabihin ko pa kay Engineer Bonnie.
Yun, parang lista ko, COVID, nakapamili na kami.
Yeah. Kasi, every time nagbabalangay kasi ako personally, parang laging nag-request yung barangay. Nabibigay yung CDR, nabibigay yung CHO. Pero siyempre, hindi maiwasan. Siguro dahil dami rin, tapos wala na daw barangay fund. So, siguro para at least ma-oversee rin natin kung ano ba yung naibigay natin, hingi na rin kami ng copy sa list ng mga donate natin.
Yes sir.
Tapos sa finance side naman, magandaan na nagbibigay tayo ng funding for PPE na worth 1.2 million. So, in the event na makulang po ito, kasi kulang naman ito, gusto ko rin sana na kung pwede makukuha na ng another 1.2 million or kahit na 600,000 na specifically directed doon sa barangay. Kung baka hindi natin gagalawin na ito, parang more of suggesting na lang sa CHO. Pero kung meron pa tayong fund na pwede pag-umalan, in case nga na medyo tumaas yung cases o dumami yung mga active cases natin dito, meron tayong maibibigay sa mga barangay.
Yes sir, yun po yung yun din po yung instruction sa amin ni Mayor. Nag-meeting po kami sa local finance kahapon. Actually, nag-concentrate na kami dun sa ating IRA. Hindi na namin isinama yung collection from August to December sa ating local sources. So far, yung trend po ng expenses natin, kakayanin naman po tayo, makasustain po tayo hanggang December. Baka magkaroon pa po tayo ng mga surplus. But ang fear namin is yung next year. Kasi po, as of this time, ang dami na pong nagsasarang business. So, paiyakan na. Alaminos lang po. Paiyakan na po yung collection natin next year. So far, ngayon, hindi pa feel yung hirap. Hirap
Do you have a
tayo.
number, ma'am? Do you have a estimated ilang million o ilang percent ang
37 million po yung nakolekta natin last year for the business permit alone. Business taxes. As of this date, sir, naka 33 million tayo. And still, they're paying. Hopefully, ma-overshot natin yung 27. But na-project na namin na with the treasurer, baka hindi po tayo maka 25M next year. And then sa HINP. From 47, ginawa na lang namin 25 million na alam din namin na sintok sa buwan din ang collection.
So we're talking about maybe a discrepancy of more of the 35 million mga ganun. Discrepancy ng mga ganun.
Actually, 40 million yung inalis namin sa local source.
So, marami pa naman nabutin. Okay. So, anyways, isipin na tayo ng ways kung parang mag-generate yung additional funds at this time. Pero yun lang ma'am, since immediate response yung mga PPE for the barangays, maybe makuha natin sa next round kung meron pang bayanihan that or next tranche or budget ng CBR o budget ng CHO. Mahanap na lang siguro ma'am para at least
CBR, ngayon as of this time sir, CBR, nakita nyo naman talagang halos kulang na. So, ang naisip namin is yung LCPC fund at saka Gender Development Fund. Kasi yun lang po yung hindi namin na-suspend. Hindi namin temporary suspended. Pero, syempre, pag mga yun ang gagamitin, limited yung ating pagbibigyan, yung mga vulnerable.
Yung ano kaya, for next year pa meron bang memo na yung DF pwedeng gamitin sa COVID o wala pang ano?
Sir, nag-lapse na po kasi nung June 30, June 23 yung ating yung paggamit ng DF for COVID.
Wala pang for next year, wala.
Wala pa po sir. Wala pang advisory.
Kasi kung sana next year, yung 20% gawing mas mababa or in process the rest.
Yun yung clamor namin sir kasi masyado hindi tailored fit sa LGU yung expenses sa DF. Pero syempre, low eh. Kaya
For possible vaccine.
pwede nga po natin gamitin yung para sa GAD at saka yung LCDC. Ang GAD kasi is 5% din po na, ay parang calamity fund po yun. Tapos yung ating LCPC, 1% nung ating tira. 6.5 at saka 35%.
So, ano kasi, pagka in-case na may bakuna na lumabas next year, dapat may pondo tayo pang bili. Diba?
Ako.
So, lang natin. So, yun lang ma'am, no? Number 1, list of the donations to the barangays. Number 2, yung finance side, kung pwede mahanapan natin. O siguro mag-usap tayo with Mayor kung mag-action na ba yung sa LCBC or sa GAD para sa mga barangay. Para lang may ready available pagka may issues.
Okay.
Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you.
Okay. So, tayo, no? We will now lift the suspension of the rules. In the presence of body regarding item number 4, Councilor
Mr. Chair, I move that number 4 be debated date for
is moved by Councilor Long and by Councilor Secretary Lapag and Councilor Susa. To include item number 4 in the physical review. So with regard to items numbers 1, 2, 3, these are internal in nature. Tayo ang nag-propose nito. So number 1 is ito kasi maraming ordinances sa province na hindi umaabot dito. So we would like to formally request na i-email lahat para at least we are updated with the policy of the province. Kasi nakikita ko nagkahapon, contradictory tayo sa mga ginagawa natin ordinansa. Kaya itong gusto nating curfew. Or itong gusto natin curfew, tapos sa province, iba rin gusto nila. So, at least pag ma-furnish tayo, medyo ma-update tayo dun sa nangyayari sa province. Secondly, yung internal rules natin, we have some amendments, especially yung provision na mag-online tayo, online committee hearings. And then third, in response to our query last time, i-encourage na natin officials na lumaban pending. So, because we...
take of deliberation.
It's been moved by Councilor Gadot, seconded by Councilor Bakay. Councilor Season to include the set.
May proceed to the committee reports. The first item, unassigned pala, sir. Unassigned, sir. Yung resolution authorizing City Mayor Arban Celeste to enter into a collective negotiation with the Hamlet Island Association of City Employees or the Highlands.
So, Councilor Nadia. Councilor Nadia, CNA.
Mr. Chair, I move for the inclusion on the business of the day.
Councilor De Leon, seconded by Councilor Lambert, Secretary and Season and Gadot. To include the said item in the business of the day for deliberation. Kasama na ba yung isang assign?
Sir, yung rehabilitation ng road.
Due to our query also last session, doon sa ating mga suggested ayaw po ba tayo? Pandayan Road. Lagay lang natin Pandayan Road. So, shall we adopt the resolution? Senator Fonterera? Shall we include it in the discussion? Just been moved by Councilor Fonterera, and Gadot, and Raul Bakay to include the said item in the business of the day.
Yung reprogramming po, sir.
It's been moved by Councilor Gadot, seconded by that item in the business of the day.
We proceed to the committee report. The first thing is the joint committee report from the hearing held on August 14, requiring license in the city to plant trees in designated areas within the city.
Councilor Senator.
The committee hearing was held on August 14, 2020 at 10 o'clock in the morning. Present were Vice Mayor Anton, Perez, Councilors, Attorney Silvio Gadot, Dalia De Leon, Colonia Bakay, Rabago, and Mayor Silvio. The following resource persons attended the said hearing, namely Ramirez, Marcar Nenning, Maribel Bon, and Mr. Jester Celestino. The purpose of the meeting was to deliberate upon the proposed order requires couples to apply for marriage licenses to plant tree seedlings at areas to be specifically designated by the city. The ordinance finds much significance in view of the recently concluded Arbor Day in the city, and the policy of the state to advance the right of its citizenry to a balanced and healthful ecology. The ordinance primarily seeks the commitment from couples to apply for a marriage license to plant seedlings within a specific period from the submission of their application. It was agreed that while we could not place additional requirements in the issuance of marriage licenses in view of the Family Code of the Philippines, we could nonetheless secure the in tree propagation. They request areas in the city. Consideration of this find that we should incentivize couples through waiver of certain fees required in marriage license applications. Ms. Lovely De Castro has enumerated the specific fees charged from couples when they apply for marriage license. The amount of incentive be carefully deliberated upon entails costs which which must necessarily be covered. A seeming conflict was observed by the committee between Section 6B and E by the couples with the commitment to plant seedlings. Vice Mayor Jose Antonio Miguel White revised and harmonized, and that subsequent committee hearings may be further conducted for that purpose. In view of the above, the committee hereby moves for the adoption. It is likewise recommended that revisions be incorporated in the proposed draft ordinance, and, if necessary, further committee hearings be conducted at a date and time to be later on determined.
For second 3 weeks from now po. We should amend muna tayo. Amend and ayos muna doon. And then siguro after 3 weeks, nalagay ulit muna tayo. Michelle Sigara moves for the adoption and schedules the said ordinance for second reading 3 weeks from now. Para ma-amend at maayos yung mga items. Tsaka change pa rin yung title.
Budgeting rules and laws. This committee has concluded that Presiding Barangay is divided in order, except that the annual budget of Barangay Victoria was not discussed during the budget hearing due to the absence of its representative. Its committee report is debated basis of the day for its approval and the adoption hearing valid alternative subject barangay is provided in your folder.
Councilor Sinilito, please put it adoption of this committee report. And the said item be included.
Yes.
Next item. Item number, Councilor Sinilito.
For Victoria, I requested the committee hearing be scheduled on September 4. 9 o'clock in the morning for
So for Barangay Victoria annual budget, Councilor Sinilito scheduled sa committee hearing on September 4, 9 o'clock in the morning. Next item.
Joint Committee Report from the hearing held on August 14 regarding the review of Barangay Ordinance Number 2020-01 of Barangay Tangkaran, entitled Enacting Barangay Tax Ordinance Number 1 Series 2020 of Barangay Tangkaran.
Committee hearing was conducted on August 14, 2020. Present were Councilor Vice Mayor Jose Antonio Miguel White and the Barangay Council of Barangay Tangkaran of Pangasinan. The perusal of Article 3, Section 5, Paragraph C, pertaining to the business permit license of the subject ordinance is provided that the proponent council desires to collect the amount of 500 pesos as to all businesses without the sizes, kind or type of business being considered. Also under Section 7, open close parenthesis and penalty of the same ordinance, it contains the words at the discretion of the court where the only penalty is imposed this time. The committee advised that the proponent to categorize the businesses or business where the business permit fee may be properly applied and delete the words at the discretion of the court under Section 7 thereof. And the same to the Sangguniang. In view of the findings, the committee moves for the adoption of this committee report and temporarily withhold its action till the receipt of the committee by be resubmitted and corrected copies.
Take the screen.
the committee moved for the approval for the adoption of the committee report and that the matter will be held in the meantime.
It has been moved by Councilor De Castro to the adoption of the committee report. The said item be archived pending the resubmission of the said ordinance. Next item.
Joint Committee report from the dialogue held on August 30 regarding the opening of businesses at Polo 1 and Polo 2.
Councilor Sisa.
The dialogue was conducted as of 2020. President Great Councilor Barney Taylor, Attorney Walter, the City Legal Counsel, the City Representative from Quinto Attorney Councilor Adnan, and Natasha. This committee has emphasized on points regarding the lifting of the temporary closure to spots to the second Alamos through Ordinance Number 30 that each owner has to observe established policies on health safety protocols. Mr. Miguel has stressed to the body that Polo Beach is a mass destination. We then encourage franchise owners to apply for certificate of authority to operate from the TOCR office. TOP since diplomatic office since it's TOP. However, the barangay councils of Anton and Sangguniang their respective chairman have reiterated that their purpose of temporary closing Polo Beach 1 and 2 is for the sole purpose of protecting their constituents and which is escalated more currently. The city legal officer requested a 5-minute recess for a closed door meeting with the barangay council of Anton to resolve the issue. Thereafter, the council of the concerned barangays agreed to open beaches Polo 1 and 2 on August 20 to 2020. Operations going on barely 3 days ago after the review, provided that a certificate of authority to operate shall be first secured by franchise owners and review the findings of policy hereby.
The item at 2:30 or 3 o'clock today to discuss in depth the items and the clauses in the next item.
Now we proceed to the new business. The first item is the resolution requesting Sangguniang Panlungsod through the Office of Vice Governor Mark Ronald D. Chidambino to furnish the Sangguniang Panlungsod of the City of Alaminos resolutions, ordinances, and other issuances that affects the City of Alaminos through email.
Any motion? Councilor Lolo?
We should be adopted.
It's been moved by Councilor Silva, seconded by Councilor Lalo, Councilor C. The adoption of the said resolution. Any amendments? Hearing none, the said resolution is adopted. Next item.
Resolution amending Section 1, Rule 6 of the Internal Rules of Procedure of the Sangguniang Panlungsod of the City of Alaminos, Pangasinan.
We'll defer this, we'll monitor this for second reading and next regular session. Yeah. So it will be a total amendment, but it will be a comprehensive amendment, not just different time. Pero alam na yan.
Next is the resolution by officials of the City of Alaminos, Pangasinan to strengthen their cleanliness drive and outbreaks of dengue and other related diseases.
Councilor Bakay. Moved by Councilor Bakay, seconded by Councilor Labrador, Councilor Sison, Councilor Bakay, and Councilor Renoy. As adopted the said resolution. Any amendments? Hearing none, the said resolution is adopted.
Resolution authorizing City Mayor Art Brian C. Celeste to enter into a memorandum of agreement by and between the City Government of the City of Alaminos, Pangasinan and the Department of Public Works and Highways for the construction of COVID-19 facilities under the We Heal as One Act of Set Dormitory for Medical Personnel.
Councilor Rosito for the Chairman of Construction.
Mr. Chairman, for the approval of the said
It's been moved by Councilor Sergio Padilla, seconded by Councilor Sangguniang and Councilor Doc for the adoption of the said resolution. Any amendments? Hearing none, the said resolution is hereby adopted. Next item.
Resolution reprogramming the unabrogated balances of the Bayanihan Grant for cities and municipalities amounting to 1,221,741 pesos and 55 centavos to finance the procurement of additional personal protective equipment.
Mr. Chair, if there are no objections or comments on the resolution, I move for it.
Ang talaga may resolution, no? Hindi naman ordinance.
Resolution.
Resolution lang, no? Okay. So it has been moved by Councilor Cirilo, seconded by Councilor Rabago, Councilor Sison, Councilor Applebacan, Councilor Lanoy, for the adoption of the said resolution. Any amendments? Madam Secretary, adopted. Madam Secretary, yung hinihingi yung listahan na of donations, paki-follow up agad para bago yan, naka-attach na. Thank you. Next item.
Resolution authorizing City Mayor Art Brian C. Celeste to enter into a collective negotiation agreement with the 100 Islands Association of City Employees, or the HIA, which is the sole and exclusive organization of the rank and city government of Alaminos, Pangasinan.
Councilor De Leon.
Mr. Chair, I move for the approval of the resolution.
It's been moved by Councilor De Leon, seconded by Councilor Albacay, for the adoption of the said resolution. Any amendments? Hearing none, the said resolution is hereby adopted. Next item.
Resolution requesting for the rehabilitation of the following roads. Bridge, patching of the at the streets along the Central Business Road, Sandayan Road. Limansangan Paeg.
For the prioritization, so we'll work on the title, but more or less that's the same idea. Who'd like to move? Councilor Jose Padilla, infrastructure. Alright.
Mr. Chair, adoption of the said resolution.
This will move by Councilor Jose.
Supplemental and SK annual budgets of 29 barangays.
Yes, Mr. Chair, if there are no more objections concerning the resolution, I move for its adoption.
This will move by Councilor Rado. Rivera, Rabago, Albacay, for the adoption of this resolution. Amendments, discussions, moving on to said resolution is hereby adopted. Next item.
Second reading of the proposed ordinance providing for 50% discount on the stall rentals of stalls owned by the city government of Alaminos for the month of March 2020, and further waiving the rent for the month of as follows. For stalls at People's Food Court and Plaza and Vichy Berganza, 50% for the month of March, free for the months of April and May. For Lucas Food Court, Empowered Aqua, stalls and 50% payment for the month of March, free for the months of April, May, and June. For June, stall at Lucas, free for the month of July.
Next week na po. Councilor Cirilo Doc moves to refer the said item for second reading and next regular session. Next item.
Announcement, reminders. We have already received a copy of Provincial Resolution Number 745-2020 entitled Urging all local government units to monitor and enforce the strict implementation of health and safety in the reopening and operation of tourism businesses in the respective localities in pursuance to national and provincial course guidelines and memorandum circular number 2020-002 of the Department of Tourism. And another Sangguniang Panlungsod resolution number 750-2020 declaring an ordinance, city ordinance number 2019-12 entitled an ordinance regulating backfilling, site filling, and requiring all contractors, developers, and owners of private infrastructure projects, stations, buildings, subdivisions, and other real estate development projects to secure allocational clearance from the local zoning officer and development permit from the Sangguniang Panlungsod of the City of Alaminos, Pangasinan prior to commencing construction and/or earthworks and for other purposes enacted within the conferred powers of the Sangguniang Panlungsod.
Any other announcements? Councilor Sison?
I-remind ko lang po yung public hearing sa
FOI, sorry.
Children,
Protection of Children and
children with special needs.
so kindly in attendance during the public hearing. So any other announcements po? Wala? Councilor Renabe? Rabago? Councilor Rabago? Moved by Councilor Rabago, seconded by Councilor Renabe, with the adjournment of our Sangguniang Panlungsod regular session. I now call the Sangguniang Panlungsod regular session adjourned. Thank you very much.